Hello everyone, my name is Intan Adelia. My student number is C11.2019.02052. So on this occasion, I will answer the question that given by my lecturer, Mr. Doni Wardana.
So, question number 1 is what are the difference of translation and interpreting? There are many differences between translation and interpretation. Translation focuses on written content. It requires a high level of accuracy and can take time to produce. Interpretation deals with the spoken word and is delivered immediately. It prioritizes understanding and communication over perfection. The biggest difference between interpretation and translation is its service medium. Interpreters translate spoken language orally, while translators translate the written word. Translators and interpreters require slightly different skill sets, but they share a deep cultural and linguistic understanding, expert knowledge of subject matter, and the ability to communicate clearly. Question number 2 is basically how many kinds of interpreting? So there are 6 types of interpreting. The types that are often used are simultaneous interpreting and consecutive interpreting. Simultaneous interpreting is the interpreter must translate the sentence into the target language while simultaneously listening to and comprehending to the next sentence. Simultaneous interpreter process and memorize the word that the source language speaker is saying now, while simultaneously outputting in the target language the translation of words the speaker said 5 until 10 seconds ago. The goal for simultaneous interpreting is not to paraphrase, but to convey the exact language. Simultaneous interpreting is used for big meetings, conference, or trade show. Typically, while doing simultaneous interpreting, the interpreter sits in a booth wearing headphones and speaks into a microphone. Next is consecutive interpreting. During consecutive interpreting, the speaker stops everyone until 5 minutes, usually at the end of every paragraph or complete talk, and the interpreter then steps in to render what was said into the target language. Consecutive interpreting may be used for smaller business meetings or in a court on the witness stand. This is a back and forth style of interpreting, with speakers of multiple languages taking turns speaking and being interpreted. A key skill involved in consecutive interpreting is note-taking, since few people can memorize a full paragraph in one hearing without loss of detail. Next is conference interpreting. This is our professionally trained, skilled interpreters who interpret orally or use sign language for meetings, conferences, and events. Next is community interpreting. This is done to help community members, especially for immigrants who speak a minority language, for example, doctors, police, and teachers. Next is court interpreting is a service provided by court-certified interpreters who are trained to translate between English and other foreign language. This activity is carried out in a court. Last is liaison interpreting, is interpreting a physical presentation in an interview or meeting, for example, business arrangements, education, and cultural context. Question number 3 is what kinds of people who want to be an interpreter? Someone who wants to be interpreter must be competent in 1. Understand at least 2 languages, 2. Understand at least 2 cultures, 3. Enough knowledge of the subject matter, 4. Be capable of generating and sustaining an atmosphere of confidence often in difficult circumstances. 5. Must attempt to remain impartial and not take sides. 6. Must know a little about communication, possess the fundamentals of communication, and barriers to effective communication. Question number 4 is what is another aspect of interpreting? Another aspect of interpreting is listening, understanding, analyzing, and conveying. This is because interpreting is a process of transferring the meaning of the message without ignoring the cultural elements from source language to target language. It is called a process because when interpreting activities are carried out, there are a series of other activities that accompany it, namely listening to the speaker, understanding what the speaker is saying, analyzing, and then conveying the meaning of what is said by the speaker. Question number 5 is what is the best thing of interpreting? One of the key benefits of an interpreter is enabling understanding. People are often outside of their country, either temporarily or permanently, and for a variety of reasons. Even if they have attempted to learn the language of their host country before setting foot on in, this does not mean they are fluent. There will be times like in a hospital, at a child's school, or even an interview at the bank where misunderstanding may take place due to lack of fluency. This is when an interpreter can aid understanding and ensure all the parties benefit the most from understanding one another. The bridging of linguistic gaps is typically the ultimate target of interpretation. Putting across message using interpreting is crucial to fully engage in and understanding the communication taking place. The last question is, what are other advantages of interpreting? First, the number of clients who come from various circles and countries. The advantage of being the first English interpreter is the client opportunity. If you are a sworn interpreter, you are more likely to have an even greater chance of getting clients. When you have the official certificate, this means that you are already recognized as being able to create translated documents on your own without the help of machine translator. 2. Most likely can earn income online. Even though not a few are working as atomic freelance translators, although not every day working in the office, the income obtained is more or less the same or even higher than ordinary employees. In addition, you also need to know that there are many companies that are looking for freelance translators. So this is an advantage to be a separate English interpreter.
So that's all I can say, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.